welcome to Humour Comedy Presents Sunday Roast. You join us again on a Sunday. Who'd have thought it? You join us with two new victims for today for our Sunday Roast extravaganza. Let's call it that. Why not? If you haven't seen one before, where have you been? We're going to explain the rules to you. So basically, we've got two comedians who are going to insult each other with jokes and witticisms. They're going to have 5 jokes each, and then at the end of the day, or at the end of this, you can vote for your favourite, and you have till 9 o'clock tonight to vote for your favourite in the comments section below. I've gone all CBBC with my intros now. It's weird. Today we have Don, Mackie, and Victoria Plum. Say hi, you two.
Hello.
Hi.
Lovely. Right, let's go. We'll speak to Don first. How are you, Dom? How are you feeling?
I'm good. How about you, mate? I'm ready.
Oh, good, nice. I like the beard. You've got a bit of a lockdown beard going on.
I know. I thought, you know what? Stuck inside. Might as well do something different. I have no one to impress other than my mum.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about me much anyway. So I thought, you know what? Sod it.
No, well, I'm glad that your mum doesn't care about you in a sexual way. That's nice. It does. However, I like it. Don't get me wrong, but it does look like you should have some sort of ISIS flag hanging behind you. It's giving that sort of vibe off.
I'll hang it up in a minute.
Now, right?
I didn't want that to be the first thing people see, to be honest. I want a nice, smooth intro first before I ease into the Aaron Hood sort of style.
Yeah, maybe. So how have you prepared for this one though? Because obviously you've known Victoria for a little while now. Oh, all right, okay, good.
Here we go. There we go. Sunday drinking sorted.
Sunday drinking, and it's nice that you've kept the lids on, so you can reuse that for another gag later on. Nice.
I know, it's great. Ready-made props sorted.
Nice. Okay, so you've just turned to drink. That's
yeah,
how you.
It's a beer mug with my name on it. That's what I've gone for.
Incredibly.
I
cute.
will admit it was hard writing this roast. It was hard writing.
Yeah.
So I needed this to basically be a dick.
Fair enough. Yeah, good. Well, we'll move on to Victoria. Hello, Victoria. How are you?
Hi. I'm excited. I've never done a roast before, so first time.
I saw you very excited about this on Facebook because you were telling everyone you're going to put some makeup on and wear a new dress as well, which is
I've got a new dress.
I'm sure you'll look lovely when you put it on. It'll be nice. That is the new dress. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. No, you look lovely. Thank you for coming. So how have you prepared for this one? You're doing a roast for the first time?
I have been hanging out with my little boys who giggle at their own farts.
Nice.
So I think
very similar to my material then.
I'd just like to clarify, you do have 2 sons. That's not a euphemism for anything. You do have
no.
Yeah,
my little 10-year-old twins.
Oh, very nice. So you're getting on the sort of the mental age of Don to sort of come down to his level.
Yes. It's been some work, but I think I can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Good. Right. Shall we? I think it was decided that Dom should go first. So, Dom, if you wanna go first for us.
Okay. I'm actually going to do something a little bit different today, Martin. I'm actually going to start by saying something nice. Because as I said, I found it very hard to write this roast because I do have a lot of respect for Victoria. I do have a lot of respect for you. I see a lot of your Facebook posts and what you do every day to keep your sons happy and all the things you do for them. Amazing work as a mother. I do have a lot of respect for you for that. And I know obviously it's just me and Martin who's live, but I just want to like hats off to you. I just want to give you a quick clap. Like amazing stuff. And I hope you appreciated that clap, Victoria, because in comedy that's the only one you're going to get.
Well, that was my first experience of insults, and I'm going to come back by noting that you wanted to start first. And that's great because that will keep you in your comfort zone of finishing first. And actually, to be honest, there's no shame of that, especially when you normally do solo races.
as I was saying about the work you do with your sons, it's fantastic.
Mhm.
I know that you'd gone a lot of family outings. I know just before the lockdown, Victoria took her 2 children to Thorpe Park, which was amazing. It's a shame that there was a height restriction on the roller coasters, though. But on the bright side, her children had a wonderful time.
I knew you would go for height, but to be honest, that joke went over my head, so that's okay. So, okay, I first met Dom at university in 2015, so I was a mature student on a psychology course with him, and I was aware that as a mature student, I was about 20 years older than him, and I kept watching him study and being around with his friends, and I remember thinking to myself, my goodness, this young lad could be my son. And I can remember the feeling of gratitude that gave me because I'd always had access to effective contraception.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did, and my mum didn't. So you could have then educated her better. The thing is, I'm so impressed. Like 2 years, comedy has taken you on some fantastic journeys, Victor. I know also recently you actually met up with Nicki Minaj and had a drink with her. What an interesting woman with an awkward personality, horrible voice, very strange smile, and awful fashion sense. I'm glad to see the back of her, said Miss Minaj.
So I studied psychology at Dom. I studied being able to say whole sentences, and one day I'll get there. So I studied psychology with Dom at the UEA, and it was a real privilege, and I learned so much from him. He was literally the best case study ever.
Oh wow, and you actually got a good degree from that, so you're welcome. I could have shat in my hands if you wanted, but I didn't want to milk it too much, you know.
We didn't have ethics for that.
No, we didn't. There's no guidelines for that, and you got to keep them convinced, you know. Speaking of knowing Victoria, I actually helped you get into comedy. I remember you messaged me a couple of years ago saying you wanted to get into the scene, and I actually helped write a couple of your jokes. I actually went to your first ever gig, and that story inspired me to come up with my show, Poor Life Choices. Although I don't use that story in my show because, like your comedy, it wouldn't be very funny.
Oh, right.
That's why I had a drink after that, because I'm like, oh god.
Well, I'm having a drink now. Okay. So Dom has actually gone to some amazing places with his comedy. He's actually toured the world with his comedy. So imagine traveling that far to find people that laugh at your jokes.
I'm still looking.
He toured in many, many different places, including Germany, which I think was a really clever idea, because I can imagine if you can't actually understand the words he's using, he's probably actually quite funny.
Very angry language, the German, isn't it? It's bizarre, so very similar to my stuff, actually. So I'll give you that. Fair play. If people have seen Victoria do comedy before, they know that in some of her sets she does use poetry in her sets. In my opinion, I think that's a terrible idea. Poetry and comedy is a worse combination than the recent book Curious George and the High Voltage Fence, which is quite frankly shocking. Before I save the best till last, which is why you should never headline.
Well, I'm going to return to talking about how you did inspire me in comedy to try comedy. So I did come and I came and watched your set, and I realised that you'd set the bar so low that even I could reach it. But there is some good news for Dom. So in an era where it's being considered dangerous to be in a confined area with other people who are laughing, your act has actually been declared as safe.
Nice, lovely.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, well, I would say you have 9 o'clock to vote for your favourite, but I think we all know who that's going to be now. Well done, you two. That was fantastic. That was lovely. Well done. Yes, so you do, if you're watching at home, you do have till 9 o'clock tonight to vote for your favourite below. There's 1V in Victoria. I don't know if that's relevant. Just throw it out there. Good. No, that's lovely. A bit of. I don't know what Dom's doing. It sounds like he's
I'm
sort of wanking off 2 votes at the same time.
Victoria that way, or I'm pointing to her and saying vote for the person.
Tell you what, point anywhere, and then eventually it'll be right. So sort of maybe just go around like a clock or something like that, and that'll keep him occupied for a bit.
What a clock!
Shit, well, yeah. Have you seen that documentary or that drama on BBC called The A Word? Sometimes it's like it's all about a kid with autism, and they kept him occupied with doing little things as well.
Masturbation.
Anyway, some humour news before we leave you. We have an online festival for Norfolk Day, which is going to be on the 27th of July. I'm hoping these two, I don't know which way to point now, but these two will be appearing with a little video, some pre-recorded stuff, and some new sketches and skits from Victoria. I think we're going to get involved in some stuff. So check back on the 27th of July. We are hoping to do an outside gig soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Tickets will go on sale and all that jazz. And some new episodes of the podcast will be out soon as well. With the first one we recorded was Mr. Tom Alban, who was our first roast with Jimmy Rodiger. If you want to hear about how Tom got into comedy and all his energy, feel free to drop in and listen to the Sense of Humour podcast. But that is all from us, from Humour. One more time for Don Mackie and Victoria Plum. This was the penultimate roast. Next week is the final roast of the season, and we've got something a bit special planned. So do check back in for that. And don't forget, you have till 9 o'clock to vote for your favourite from this roast. So I've been Mark Westgate. Thank you and good night.